good evening, good evening, good evening. For those of you watching and playing along at home, Felicia is in fact here, but she is having some major connection issues. Oh, there she is. She's having some major connection issues. So she's
Is it
here, but
working?
also kinda. You're super glitchy. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh no, there she goes. All right, so anyway, it's fine. We're just gonna go ahead and start. So hello and welcome to Let's Have a Fefe. This is season 12, episode 8, and it is your Wednesday night conversation. Felicia is sort of back.
Ooh.
There she is, kind of
Is that
glitchy as
better?
fuck, but no, you're still glitchy. Don't know what the hell's going on. But
I heard
it's
you at least.
fine. Don't know what's happening. I am Freddy Prinze Charming, and our special guest in the fabulous chapeau is, of course, the one and only Brandon McGill, who has a fucking reveal.
Of course. Hi,
That's
darling.
fucking rude. So fucking rude. First, let's do all the housekeeping stuff so that we can, get that done and over with and get to the good stuff. You can get exclusive content on our Patreon at patreon.com/let's have a Fefe. We post all the after show stuff, sometimes sneak peeks at photo shoots and other things as we think of them. We'd like to thank our current patrons: Brandon, Chris and Michelle, D, Drake Jensen, Casey Starr, Carrie and Corey, Kim, Joan, Leanne, Nicole, and Shannon. Special thanks, of course, to Wigs of a Kind for supporting us this season. Most of the wigs that we wear on the show and out and about are going to be Wigs of a Kind wigs. I'm not wearing anything on my head this evening, but if I were, chances are it would probably be a Wigs of a Kind wig. A big thank you to Guido Martin and Laura Renfro for their support this season. If you would like to, you can also tip us, sponsor us, buy us a coffee, whatever that, anything that you feel the need to do at paypal.me/let's have a Fefe. You can also text LHAF to 602-730-7379. In theory, you get something.
I did
sometimes.
text this time.
Oh, good for you. All right. So Felicia decided to text this week. Excellent. That's very exciting to hear. That is not always the case. So sometimes you get something.
Sometimes I forget.
It's a surprise. You never know.
It's like Christmas, but more mysterious.
Right. And if you're on Facebook and you want to throw us some stars, you could do that too. I think we maybe earned enough for
we could share a soda.
Probably yes, as long as it's like the generic Walmart brand.
White labels. White labels only.
Yeah. But we appreciate all the support in any form, whether it's watching, sharing, whatever it is. We will happily take it. Speaking of taking it, Felicia, how was your weekend?
Oh my god.
Did you like that? That was good. I did good.
Hopefully I stay connected because I don't know what's going on with the internet. I do know that people are awake and usually they're in bed by the time we start our podcast. So
so tell them all to just start going and disconnecting them from everything. Change the password.
I thought
they
about
waterboarded the beep.
I thought about it, but I'm being nice. And so this weekend, we went to Rainbows Festival, and I performed with Magic. And because I'm a glutton for punishment, I at least it wasn't like last year. Last year, I think I performed at Rainbows and then went to Stacy's and performed at Magic.
Ooh.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't like that.
Old to be doing that shit, Felicia.
It was like Saturday was the Rainbows Festival, relax, and then Sunday Magic. But essentially, I've been working 7 days in a row. So,
book and blessed.
Yeah. So our weekend plans got completely derailed. My partner.
Why is that?
My partner ended up with a really awesome case of pink eye, which is what happens when you work with fucking children, because children's are gross.
Is it awesome
Gross and
though?
disgusting. I mean, it was like one eye and then both eyes, and it was like goopy, and it was so gross.
And it's painful.
So yeah, so we couldn't do anything. We were going to go to the Ren Fair for the last time of the season on Saturday. Didn't do that. We did end up going to the All Puppet Players Princess Bride parody on Sunday, though. And that was kind of fantastic. They turned it into a fucking musical. It was great. If you are not familiar with All Puppet Players, I highly recommend that you go and check them out at some point. It's a puppet show for adults. They do parodies of like movies and shit, and they're fucking brilliant. Just do it. I got to take our
Wait,
oldest.
did she get pink eye on spring break?
She doesn't really have a spring break.
Tell Dee I chose this color in her honor.
I don't even know if she's watching. I don't know what the fuck that's about. That's funny. Her eyes were worse than that, though. Man, if her eyes had been that color, that would have been a lot better than what they were. So we took our son, who is graduating in just a few weeks. I took him to go get his very first like actual suit, and he ended up with something really spiffy. It's like a bluish gray with it's like plaid, really nice, fits him great. It's getting tailored as we speak. We'll pick it up next Monday. And when I bought him a shirt and a tie to go with it, and we were looking at the different shirts, and we're like, what shirt do we want? And he's like, I don't know. What do you think? He ended up getting a really, really pretty like lavender shirt, and then a dark blue and like purple tie to go with it. It looks spiffy. We'll get him shoes. So, and it's good. Like, it's a good all-purpose suit. Like, I always say that anybody really, regardless of gender or like gender representation or anything like that, I think that everybody needs to have one good suit. Whether it's like it's something that you feel good in, right? So we got him a 3-piece suit. It's so he can wear like the vest and the pants without the jacket. He can wear the vest and the jacket and the pants without the vest. He can wear like the jacket and the vest with a nice pair of jeans, which that's on the list. He doesn't have any fucking jeans. And I told him he is not allowed to start going on dates like in his fucking basketball shorts and Crocs. That's not happening.
How has he not had any jeans?
He doesn't have any fucking jeans. This is an issue. So yeah, I'm like, look, you're gonna be graduating. You're gonna be going on like actual like adult like big boy dates. So we have to do this. So yeah. Also, my new glasses came in. So you'll all be very happy to know that I can actually see when I'm driving now.
The bare minimum.
I didn't realize, like,
oh my god, that's scary.
So I haven't driven at night yet. But during the day, I got I got prescription sunglasses because I can't drive without sunglasses. It gives me a fucking headache. And I didn't realize I put the sunglasses on and I went to like drop Mikey off at work. And I remember looking at like the mountain that's right outside our door, and I went, oh, wow. Like, wow. Like, the difference that it makes. Like, I can read signs and shit now instead of everything being like just that blurry that it's like, unless I'm right up on it, it's hard to see. You know what I mean? That's kind
of scary.
It's a little I mean, I can still see well enough to drive, but it was like my eyesight, because of the issues I was having, was it's like it was tricky with like the depth perception and like the astigmatism and everything at night was worse than during the day. So once I'm driving at night, I think that's where I'll really see a difference. So I'm kind of excited to see that with that. But so yeah, that was exciting stuff there. Brandon, how was your weekend?
My weekend, it was good. I also went to Rainbow Festival. It was a lovely time. I didn't stay for very long because I don't want. You can see how pale I am. I don't want to burn.
They didn't want to
They
see
make
me.
this
That's what
really
happened.
cool
They
stuff
didn't
that you can
want
put
to see me.
on
That's what it
you
was.
that prevents things like burning.
But I'm a vampire. I'm not actually supposed to come out during the day.
Like besides sunscreen, you can wear like, oh, I don't know, clothes. Like there's
Oh, I could. See,
What?
I don't like to wear clothes, so
no, there's the problem. As far as burning, anyway.
yeah.
Oh, I was gonna
But yeah,
say
I've just
that's
been doing a
not
lot of
good.
flower-based projects recently, so I've been doing a lot of building, as you can see.
And look, I coordinated. You asked, and I delivered.
I
I'm
love it.
like
We also did the
floral.
right side design for the. Oh, you did both sides. Okay.
I did do both sides. I have the left and the right.
This one kind of covers.
Yeah.
I'm just here. Okay. I'm just here.
You look great as well, Felicia.
I'm just impressed that Felicia made it here. So bless all the people that were wrangling Felicia at Drink Me Tea Room. Y'all managed to get her home on time. So bless you. Bless you.
Actually, it was quite the adventure. Because when we got there, I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll keep track of the time. David kept track of the time. Rachel kept track of the time. Even to the point where they were coming up to me and said, "You said a 5-minute break. 5-minute break is over." And so, I knew what time I wanted to leave, but they definitely kept me going.
Look, I know how hard it is to get you out of places sometimes. So thank you, David, and thank you, Lenore, for keeping shit on track, because I've tried to get Felicia out of places and literally trying to like.
I think I set the wheels in motion because I basically said, when I started, I said, okay, so we have a deal. I have to do this gig here, and then I have to get to our podcast. And so if you leave with me, then you can come see our podcast. Clearly, the number does not reflect the number that we're in the place. So
well, you tried.
Very
That's
disappointed.
okay.
And yes, Laura, the beeping is temporarily stopped. I messed with it, and so far it has not turned red. Whenever I see the light turn red, that means it's about to go off. So I keep looking at it to make sure it doesn't turn red.
That's not just the camera in your room?
Yeah.
It's the hidden camera.
My camera turns blue.
Ooh.
My camera turns
She's advanced.
And I'm going to sit here and eat all these treats from Drink Me Tea Room too.
Oh my goodness. I really want to check out that place, by the way. It sounds right up my alley. You know how much I love tea.
They're pretty good. They've got a wide range of teas. They've got some fun snacks, So my tip tonight is sort of a part 2 from last week, where last week we talked about advocating for yourself at the workplace. And tonight I want to talk about advocating for yourself in a medical setting, whether it's a doctor's office, hospital, whatever. And I'm going to reiterate things that I said from last week, like advocating for yourself can be one of the most difficult things that you can do. And advocating for yourself in a medical setting, doctor's office, is one of the hardest places to do that.
Yes.
Again, for those of you that missed last week, self-advocacy is defined as the ability to speak up for yourself, identify your needs, communicate them clearly, and help others understand how they can support you. And when we're talking about things like workplaces, and especially anything medical, being an AFAB individual, whether you are a cis woman or a trans man, trying to advocate for yourself in a medical setting is probably one of the hardest fucking things that you can do, because there are still doctors that won't do anything with your reproductive bits unless like your partner says it's okay. And by partner, I mean like husband. Like literally people will be like, oh, I really want a hysterectomy. I have all these issues and I would like you to remove the things. And they will literally look at the husband or the other partner and be like, are you okay with this?
The fuck?
Yeah, this is a thing.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
Still.
I believe that, but it's crazy.
Yeah, still a thing. So being able to speak up for yourself is really hard to do in that setting if you happen to be AFAB, because you're often dismissed and ignored and talked over, and it can be a hot mess. So
Mm.
one of the things that I heard when it comes to like medical care is someone said once that you are the leader of the team taking care of you. I'm gonna say that again.
Ooh.
You are the leader of the team that's taking care of you. This is big. Like, this is something that you really need to remember. And some things that you can do to kind of help be in that position to be able to really speak up and do what you need to do to make sure that you get the best care. So, if you're making an appointment at the doctor's office, whether it's for, a yearly checkup or you're going for something specific or, whatever, you may have questions. Prepare stuff before the appointment. It's very easy to forget things, easy to forget what questions you want to ask, etc. when you're actually at the appointment. I know there's been times when I'm like, oh no, I'm totally going to ask about this thing. Totally didn't ask about this thing. Because,
And you walk
and
out
then I
and
get
you're
home
like,
and I'm like, God,
damn.
fuck. Totally fucking forgot. So make lists, take notes, keep it on your phone, like text it to yourself, whatever it is beforehand. These are things that you want to talk about. These are things that you want to go over. These are questions that you want to ask. This may sound silly, but this is actually a thing. So there are times, it doesn't happen very often, but there are times when appointments will run ahead of schedule at like a doctor's office.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get there early, if they have the time, they might actually be able to get you in early. It doesn't happen all the time, but if it does, then it may actually give you more time to have to talk to your provider, which is great. So if you get to your appointment early, I'm not saying sit there for like an hour, but 20 minutes early, half an hour early or so, if they get done with shit ahead of time, there's a good chance that you might actually be able to get in a few minutes early, which will give you that much more time.
I always get there early because I hate when it always is, to me, the inevitable, because they have updated a system or they have a new person in charge and they're like, this is the new way we're doing paperwork. And you're like, well, goddamn.
Right. There's that. If you're comfortable with it, this can be really helpful for folks, especially if you are someone that suffers from anxiety when you're at the doctor's office and things like that. But bring a buddy, bring somebody with you, friend, partner, whatever, somebody that you trust, somebody that you're comfortable with. They can be another set of ears.
Mm-hmm.
And they can help ask questions that you might have missed. If you're sitting there and you've totally forgotten everything, they can be like, hey, weren't you going to ask about X, Y, and Z? Or, they can help take notes, because sometimes, especially if you happen to suffer from anxiety when it comes to medical shit, they can help take some notes. And, if you're like, God, what did they say about this thing? Frank can be like, oh, they said this, this, and this. Okay, got it. That can actually be really, really helpful. And they can help speak up. They can help ask questions. They can help do the things that you might be too nervous or that you forget to do. Another good thing that you need to do, another big thing you need to do, is to communicate your concerns and your end goal. So And your end goal doesn't have to be anything crazy. It all depends on what you're there for and what the issue is, if there is an issue. Like for me, when I was going to the ENT and we were hoping that the surgeries in my sinuses and shit were going to fix my issues, all I really wanted to be able to do was go scuba diving again. And
And how's
like
that
it was,
working out?
it's not. I'm basically fucked. So I'm hoping I put it out in the universe that in my next life I would like to have like normal shit going on here and also a full head of thick curly hair. So
Ah,
I'm shooting for that in the next
I got
round.
this. I got
Um,
this.
but
Just
you
wear a
know,
big
say
hat.
you, it's not the same. But, you know, say that you have like a leg injury or a knee injury or a hip injury or something, and you used to be a runner. You know, your end goal could be that you want to be able to run a mile. Again, you want to be able to bend without pain. It could be something really simple, but you need to
Mhm.
communicate that because that can help with what the plan will be going forward. If you're just like, I don't care, I just want it fixed, but you don't have any like specific angles, and they'll fix it, but maybe you won't be able to do the things that you want to be able to do. The plan might be different depending on what you want your end goal to be. Um, you know, the doctors and shit, they're not mind readers. And a good provider will listen to your concerns and your goals and tailor treatment around that. Another good thing to do is take notes during the appointment. You know, pull out your phone, pull out your stylus or whatever, and jot down shit. Use your notepad app and crap. Take notes. I usually forget pretty much everything as soon as I walk out of the office. I'm one of those
They
people.
don't
I'm
give you
like,
like the
"Whew."
little. I always get the recap at the end, the doctor's office.
Yeah, but sometimes they don't always cover everything, or they don't, you know, they talk in general terms. They don't always have everything. So it's like if you take
Uh,
notes, your notes may be more thorough than theirs, depending. Um, you know, just
I
it's
did
always
want to. Um, so there could be, because I had a problem with. Um, because this could be for all queer individuals, is talking about your experiences, your sexual health, and I felt in my own experience, and I have heard otherwise, that
mhm.
like you try to talk about other things like prep, you try to talk about like other things that you can do for your health, and kind of get brushed over. Um, I If that does not get fixed within like the first time that happens to you, I would reevaluate your provider. Um, and that's advocating for yourself.
No,
You did not get
absolutely.
the service that you intended to get.
You don't have to keep
And
them.
yeah,
Right.
you can,
I
and we
that's
say that all the
actually
time on here, fire
it
fire
is. Yep.
your health professional. If they're not
If
giving
you feel
you
like you're not being heard, if you feel like your concerns are being dismissed, it is totally okay to fire your doctor. You can ask for a referral to like another GP or a specialist or whatever. It can be really frustrating, but the trick is to just not give up. And when it comes to those of us who are queer, who are poly, who are pansexual, who are bisexual, who have multiple partners, who have sex with different people of different genders, like trying to talk about that can sometimes feel very daunting, especially when people are talking about, you know, your sexual health or whatever. Like
Mhm.
when, you know, it's sitting there or whatever, and someone asks my partner, you know, is there any chance you'd be pregnant? And it's like, no. And then they kind of look at me and it's like, no, trust me, right now there is zero chance of, even if she hadn't had bits and pieces removed, my partner is not getting pregnant. I am not getting my partner pregnant. It is not happening. Like, not fucking happening. But if you don't feel safe and comfortable to tell your doctor that you are having sex with multiple people, that, you know, you have sex with different people of different genders, and that, you know, you want to be able to get on prep or whatever it is, that's a problem because you need to be able to talk to your doctor about this. Um, luckily there are, places where you can go to get prep that aren't necessarily your like GP, but why do you like you don't always want to go to multiple places to get things. Like if you can talk to your your provider and be like, yeah, so I do these things and I want to get on prep, and they go, cool, let me do that. Like that is the best case scenario. And that's and another thing that is key to remember is that when you are talking to your provider and you feel like you're not being heard, it is totally okay to say that. Like, take a breath and just be like, look, I'm concerned that you're not hearing me. Give them a second to kind of respond. Sometimes, if providers are busy, they can kind of be on autopilot and they don't necessarily realize that they're not doing a good job at listening to you. And it's call them out on it. Be like, hey, I don't feel like you're hearing me. I don't feel like we're addressing the issues. And give them a minute and see if they're like, oh, let me, okay, well, let's redo this real quick. Because a good provider will basically be like, shit, I'm sorry, let me fix that. But again, if you feel like you're not being heard, if you feel like your concerns aren't being, addressed, if you feel like your doctor is not a safe space to be able to talk about different lifestyle things or whatever, you can fire your doctor. You can fire them. Go find somebody else, ask for referrals. You can even ask your friends and be like, hey, I need a new doctor. Who does everybody see? And call them and see if they get on your insurance or whatever. But it can be frustrating, but don't give up. And the big thing to remember, again, I'm going to say it again and again, is that you are the leader of the team that is taking care of you. Yeah. So if you don't speak up and if you don't say that this is not working or this isn't working or I would like to see this happen, they're not going to know that these are things that need to get done. And if they don't get done, then, they're not going to know. So you have to be able to speak up. And if you can't do it, bring someone with you that potentially could, because that's going to help you so much in the long run. Trust me.
A step in the right direction. Dee says she works for a healthcare organization, and we actually have a people resource group focused on our community that was at Rainbow Fest, and they are focused on doing better in healthcare. That is wonderful. And then Ben says your healthcare providers or medical providers are supposed to be in your corner and an ally for you, and if they aren't, you can totally change who you see. I do know that people that are on like Access here in the state of Arizona, Access or like Medicare, Medicaid, sometimes have the whole ordeal that you have to find who belongs to what, and I have heard this story. But I feel like I would rather do all that hard work and find somebody that is suited for me than to sit there visit after visit and go, oh, you just did blood work. You didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear that I just asked you to be on a certain medication. I have this pain in my ankle. You're not listening to that. I mean, I have been through that, and it's like I don't know.
It's like you're in a fast food drive-through and they're trying to rush you through. So you're like, well, no, I need to tell you about this. And they're like, what's next? Like they just want to get you in and out because they've got 30 seconds to see you.
Yeah.
It feels like.
Right. Yeah. Which is why like
can't be bothered to spend more than a few minutes, right?
Right. Which is why when you go in, you need to make sure that you have that list of questions already prepared so that, when they are asking, okay, well, why are you here? You can actually be like, well, this, instead of going, shit. I don't know. I guess I had like a headache the other day or something. Like, you need to be able to set yourself up for success. So I have a bunch of stuff that I put on the show sheet, but I want to skip ahead a little bit because we have a lot of shit on the show sheet. But I want to make sure that we talk to Brandon because we haven't talked to Brandon like since the middle of
Been a
last
while.
season, I think.
Yeah, it's been a hot second.
Onesie party last
We
season.
didn't have one last season, did we?
I thought we did.
It might have been the season before last season.
I don't remember. I don't
know.
It's been a while. It's been a while. So we're going to loop back around to the other stuff, but I think we need to talk to Brandon. But we are going to loop back to the other stuff, even if we run over time, because I got some like important shit to talk about here. So Brandon, what have you been up to? What are you? I know you have some stuff that you want to do this evening. Tell us about like your new projects. What's going on? Tell us all the things.
Be sure to tell people who you are for the people that have never met you before.
Absolutely. Hello, I'm Brandon McGill. I am a body painter in Phoenix, Arizona. I've painted over 1,700 people, released 5 books, movies, music videos, magazines, all the fun stuff, and a tarot deck, of course. But right now I'm doing a project called Bloom. It's my 2024 reboot of it. It was a really popular project I had in 2018, and I thought I would bring it back. But like with my updated art aesthetic and kind of like my skills.
2018? It was
Yeah. Because I've been painting since
2018, the
2013.
last time you did it? Really? Jesus Christ.
I know, right? It's been 11 years. Isn't that crazy? But yeah. And I've also been working on merch as well, as you've probably been seeing. Like with cute little cat pillows. This is my David Bowie pillow.
Oh.
But yeah, so right now I'm working on a Bloom project, and part of my giveaway or part of my promotion is I decided to do a giveaway on air. We can do it later, of course. I just wanted to put that out there that we're going to be doing that. And we're giving away 3 body paintings in the Bloom style, which is I'm kind of giving you a little preview right now. This is a little preview of what I'm working on Friday. So you're kind of seeing a little like sneak peek. And I just did this today. This is my little like, I just threw it together kind of thing.
Oh. We have different definitions of throwing things together.
And then of course my friend Chris made me this a really adorable bracelet. I have to show it off really quick. It's a Mario Kart bracelet, and it's
it moves.
It
moves.
And it glows in the dark, and it's blacklight reactive. And then this one has a built-in blacklight, so you can just kind of put them next to each other, and then they just do a thing. There you go. So they kind of work together.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll talk more about the giveaway later. And then of course I'm doing Fan Fusion, which is super exciting. I'll be painting live on stage, doing an Irish theme, which is kind of cool. I'm not really connected to my heritage, but I thought it would be kind of nice to kind of dig a little deeper. And then I'm also speaking with the Irish Cultural Center, and I'm trying to get more involved with them, and specifically trying to help other artists get access to grants, because I need to learn about that process myself. So I've been talking with different people in the government and setting up those conversations. So I'm excited to see where that goes. But yeah, I've been certainly busy. I think the big thing, though, that a lot of artists are feeling right now is we'd all love to get more paid gigs. So I've been getting some gigs here and there that are paid. But a lot of stuff I've been doing has been, giveaway stuff or promotion stuff, just to kind of keep things going. So one way to do that is to do like I'm doing Mia's. Have you heard of Mia's Rising Star? Of course you have. But I'll be. I don't know if she's announced it yet, but I'll be the week 10 judge, which is the season finale judge, I think, or the final week judge. Yeah. So we'll be giving away a Bloom themed body painting in May. So that'll be exciting.
That's super awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always doing so many things, as you know.
Oh, you never?
Yeah.
No way.
I could go on and on and on and have a list of things, but that's the cliff notes.
Wow.
If you want to do the giveaway, we absolutely can. If you want to do that right now, I'm fine with
Oh,
that.
sure, absolutely. So I'm gonna list off.
So tell us what did people have
What
to
did they
do
get?
to win?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So I did a couple promotions over the last couple weeks where I asked people to share a post and then message me specifically what their favorite flower was and kind of a little bit background on like why they'd want to get painted, like what they would be connected to. And so people gave me, really different viewpoints. Some people were wanting to overcome body dysmorphia and they never looked at their body in a beautiful way. And so they were like, this could be my opportunity. And even though it's scary, I want to face it. You know what I mean? I think that's so powerful because a lot of my work is helping people who have maybe gone through a body journey and they were at a certain point and now they're feeling really great and they want to document that, or maybe they want to document start, middle, and end. You know what I mean? And art is a fun way of doing that. So I think what I do is certainly empowering.
I always like to tell people that other than my partner at the time, you were the first person to see me naked after I had top surgery.
Yeah, and that was so cool. And for me, like when I see people naked, because it's such a normal thing, I don't treat people like I'm a doctor because that's we know how doctors treat people. But it's not a big deal, right? We're making art, like everyone has some sort of situation, and it's not really my business or anyone's business. We're just creating art. You know what I mean? I think it helps that I'm also pansexual. So, you know what I mean? I kind of look at people that same way and art that same way. You know what I mean? It's like there's spectrums of things.
I mean, 1,700 people, that's a lot of penises.
That's a lot of what?
Penises.
Oh, it's a helicopter of penises. A cornucopia of them.
I think it's quite a few helicopters. Maybe more than one.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I saw my first helicopter penis in Portland, Oregon. And I just was like, wow, because they have nudity on stage and drinking and all that. It's just normal there. And so you're just like,
oh, so I need to move to Portland.
Yeah, right. I just was like, wow, this is a thing. Why don't I live here? This is so fascinating. And it was like a hypnotizing thing. I just found myself like drawn to the stage. Right. So well done. I mean, party favor trick.
So real quick, Evelyn, hi, hello. Yes, we're still going live on Facebook. We've been live on Facebook this whole time.
And also shout out to Jody. Just gave us 50 stars.
Hey.
Yay.
Yeah, I don't think Dee realized. So when I came back from getting painted for tarot, I don't think Dee realized how much of me would be painted.
And you were both in my tarot deck, which is amazing.
I haven't gotten mine yet.
You haven't gotten yours? Oh, send me your address.
Mine. In fact, I used mine for my New Year's pull, I believe. So yeah.
I haven't seen myself in print.
I will send it to you.
So all right, so do the giveaway. Let's see what we got.
I would love to know the reasons why you're choosing each one.
Well, I'll go ahead and pick. Well, I didn't write down all of the reasons, so I can give you kind of some of them, but not the full reasons for all of them. So Brittany Pinkerton was the one I originally mentioned, and she chose Gerber daisies. And for her, like I said, she wanted to see herself in a different light, in a positive light, where she felt beautiful. And that's like a commonality with my work, is I try to help people connect to that feeling because they've had it there all along. I'm just helping them unlock it.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
I love that.
So congratulations, Brittany.
Yes, it's Brittany, bitch.
Brittany, bitch. So that's the first one. The next flower is a stargazer lily. And that belongs to our Ben Havoc.
Ooh. Oh,
congratulations, Ben.
Yay. And I know Ben is in here.
Ben is. That's awesome. Way to go, Ben.
Woot, woot, woot.
Yes.
When I watched, that was when Ben like dropped the stream.
Right.
But I also
they're
like.
still on there.
Oh, good. I liked Ben's submission, and I've always admired Ben's work over the years. Hey, yeah, you're welcome. Congratulations. I've always admired Ben's work. I've actually judged him at a drag show.
What was Ben's flower?
Stargazer Lily.
Oh, that's right. Awesome.
Yeah.
And what was the sob story that Ben gave you? I want to see if it's bullshit. I want to see if it's bullshit.
Disappointing dad has arrived.
Ben is amazing. And then the final one is a rose. And I personally like, and I know it's kind of like traditional and boring, but I like blue roses. They don't exist in the wild, but I like them. They have to be made.
I was gonna say, so you like them artificial, is what I'm hearing.
No, they can dye them blue.
Artificially.
If you go to
that's artificial. If you dye them, that's artificial. I hate to break it to you.
Artificial.
You paint your face, do you not?
Correct. And this is artificial. The color of my hair.
Artificial.
Yeah,
my facial hair.
I'm just saying
this is artificial. Artificial.
This is also artificial. But that goes to Corey LeMay Worko. Congratulations.
Yay! That's awesome. I can't wait to see what everything turns up with all of them. That's we will be looking
sure to
for
tag
those.
us so we can share them.
Absolutely. I had to ask how to pronounce one of the names, and I slayed it.
Ben Havoc?
No, no. It's someone got married and they had those hyphenated names, and I was like, there was some stuff happening in this name.
I don't know why they got to be so extra.
It's okay. I don't know how to read anybody's name.
On air.
I don't know how to read anybody's name. It's fine.
I'm just trying to be classy.
Felicia always fucks up names. Speaking of names to fuck up, I have a few more.
Wait, I have an announcement. We just got 99 more stars.
Hey!
Yay!
Thanks, Eddie Omega.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Oh my god. So this is like our last few like queer women to go and learn more about during Women's History Month, because our next show is gonna be April already.
What's in April?
Woo!
How the fuck did that happen?
Is it Trans Visibility Week?
I don't know. There's too many.
It is Bisexual Health Month too.
Every week is Trans Visibility Week for me.
Don't start.
He is visible.
Every week, Felicia. Every week.
Oh my god.
Every week.
Oh my god. Somebody donate more stars so I can fund my therapy.
So on our list this week, I have a couple interesting ones that you may or may not have heard about.
Oh, now
two that I'm pretty sure that you've heard about, and two that you might not have. The first one is Esther Newton. She's actually still alive. She is an anthropologist whose 1968 dissertation, The Drag Queens, A Study in Urban Anthropology, became her first book and was the first anthropological study of a queer community in the U.S.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a quick read?
I'm going to say probably not. I'm guessing it probably has some large words and things in it.
Oh, I might have to get the audiobook because, Billie Holiday, the Billie Holiday, was bisexual, a jazz legend, an activist, and used her music to bring awareness to anti-Black violence and everyday racism. I knew this because I watched the one that was on Hulu. It wasn't a documentary, it's like a biopic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was
If
very well done.
if you are not familiar with her song "Strange Fruit," I recommend
How?
going to go find it and listen to it ASAP.
Immediately.
Or I'm a stranger.
It is.
You are a strange fruit. Yes.
There was actually a queer movie that was done a few years back called Strange Fruit. If you can find it, I
Yes.
recommend it. But
She has a lot of
listen to
movies
it.
about her.
No, this wasn't about her. This was it was actually a movie called Strange Fruit, and I was actually working for
Oh.
the distribution company at the time. So if you see it, it's about basically a lynching in the South that took place with a gay black man. Really
I
good movie.
forgot
It was
about
really well
that.
done. But listen to Strange Fruit if you are not familiar with it. If you know nothing else about Billie Holiday, please go listen to Strange Fruit and actually listen to the lyrics.
Like,
It
listen to some of you don't know your words to your music. You will want
mm,
to learn the words to the music of
mm.
Billie Holiday.
I know that it was, I believe it's been called one of the most important songs in the 20th century. So I would it's definitely one of those things that you
Didn't
at least need
she
to be familiar with.
didn't she get swooped up? Because you know how they used to do, to swoop you up,
Mm,
if your songs started to cause a little bit of controversy.
I believe
Wasn't she
so.
one? She was one of them.
I
Like
believe so.
Sam Cooke was swooped up.
Right. If you want to do the next one, I'll do the last one because there's
Uh,
things. So.
Sally Ride. Ride, Sally, ride. Sorry. Was the first woman in space, taught physics at the University of California, San Diego, kept her private life private. Imagine that. But after her death, it revealed that she was in a relationship with her business partner for 27 years.
I cannot imagine trying to keep my like queer relationship a secret for that long. Like that shit blows me. Like I can't even imagine
There's some
like that.
places I go, I don't tell people, I don't say anything unless they talk to me first because they give off that vibe.
Plus, some
Mm,
people don't need to know.
Yeah,
they can't
but I
tell by looking at you.
but
I
it's
No.
not a
Um,
sin. It's not a
this next
sin.
one, if you are not familiar with American history, this is one that may
Ruffle
catch
some
you a little bit off
feathers.
guard. You may be a little bit surprised unless you know your history. But Eleanor Roosevelt.
Uh-huh.
So she was in a political marriage with FDR, but had a literal lifetime of queer relationships. Her circle of close friends included lesbian playwright Terry Baum and journalist Lorena Hickok, with whom she actually exchanged nearly 4,000 torrid love letters throughout their 30-year relationship. Um, Full of lines and things that could have been taken right out of like a lesbian
The L
like
word?
Penny Dreadful kind of thing. Like you know, one of the lines that was written, one of the things that was written in one of the letters by Eleanor Roosevelt herself was funny. Was that I could say "je t'aime and je t'adore" as I long to do, but always that I could not say. Sorry, that I could not say "je t'aime and je t'adore" as I long to do, but always remember that I am saying it and that I go to sleep thinking of you. 30 years,
Wow.
30 years that she was in this relationship essentially, that was, I believe, mostly conducted through letters and things, but yeah.
Wow.
So
How come she doesn't have a biopic? Have I missed it?
I feel like there is one out there, but I don't know how accurate it would be.
Hold on.
While Felicia's looking that up, for those of you that are interested in helping Trump pay for his $175 million bond, which was reduced from the $400+ million, which pisses me off. If you would like to help pay for his bond and his mounting legal issues, you can now buy a God Bless the USA Bible from Trump at the low price of $59.99.
I found some good use of no, thank you, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So go buy yourself a
And you can
Trump
also
Bible.
still buy the sneaker that he has himself said is good for Black people.
Oh, well, there you go. If you ever needed an endorsement,
He's the worst.
If I see you wearing those shoes, you're going to lose your ankles. That's all I can tell you. I cannot understand. And his son trying to get all these loans, and basically all these people that have started GoFundMes for the Trump family. Go fuck yourself. Please adamantly go sit on chipped wood and make sure that you get splinters in your asshole.
Do people not realize, like, the irony of that? Here's this man who is spent 4 years talking about how he improved the economy, how he's rich and he has all the best everything. And now he's trying to get these other basically poor ass white folks to give him money to pay for his legal shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody sees a problem with this? No? Okay.
I don't understand how people are still gullible.
I don't.
Yeah.
He's not even attractive. He's like a literal blob.
I don't even
like a spray tanned blob.
I feel like that's not body shaming because he's just gross.
That's
how he's getting away with all of this and still is a candidate for the president of the United States.
I don't know.
Can somebody say? Let's see. Oh, you want me to read that? Obama. Good Obama. Can we put him back in there?
Oh man, please.
Can we do like how they do in sports? Can we switch them out? Can we switch out Joe and put Obama in, like substitute? Does that work? I don't know. But President Obama was at the White House pumping Joe Biden up for the election.
Okay.
That sounds very.
That's the word we're using.
That sounds very.
You're welcome.
Erotic.
You're welcome.
Hopefully, he listens to what Obama's saying, but he has never listened to him. And here we are. And tomorrow, a massive fundraiser. What? Oh, really? I'm reading this and trying to read it to you all. Tomorrow there's going to be a fundraiser that will have Biden, Obama, and Clinton sitting down for a conversation moderated by Stephen Colbert. Joe is not good at open conversation.
He's not, but I'm hoping that.
So maybe it'll.
Right. I'm hoping that with Obama and Clinton there, maybe it'll.
No, it'll just be Obama and Clinton talking.
No, but Biden likes to steal the spotlight too. I think it'll be fine. Like at least he's with previous peers / presidents.
Right. And if he starts to say something stupid, I'm sure that Obama will just kick him under the table.
Obama's charismatic enough where I feel like he'd be able to take whatever Joe said and find a way to spin it to where it doesn't sound,
I think Clinton too. Like let's not forget that Clinton back in his day had the riz, as the kids say.
Not you using modern vernacular.
You're welcome. So it could be a good conversation.
Yeah.
Now
that is very good, Ben. Make sure you register to vote or we're kicking ankles in.
Find a sledgehammer and just start bashing people's.
Kathy Bates. Evelyn.
I'm sorry that you're not hip to the lingo. I am hip to the lingo because I have to communicate with my teenagers. So, as you people that aren't like up with the times, Riz is charisma. So,
you're welcome.
But without the car.
Right. So, speaking of the.
Also, there's no Eleanor Roosevelt biopics that don't circulate around being a first lady.
Right.
There is something that no. There's nothing that
I don't think people are quite ready for that yet, but we'll see. So speaking of the dumpster fires that are running for election and or re-election this year, there's a new horse in the ring. Now, I'm going to talk about this because this fucking needs to be talked about. We are going to be going over time, but this needs to be said because I keep seeing shit circulating in support of this person.
No way.
And I'm going to break this shit down.
So,
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Oh, yeah.
We all are familiar with his lineage. Bobby Kennedy, JFK. These are people who the American public at one time looked at as like the great American heroes. These are people who were
American legacy,
who were going to do things to actually change some shit in this country that even back then was a fucking shit show. It has just gotten steadily worse than shit. But he is recently named Silicon Valley attorney Nicole Shanahan as his running mate. And while RFK Jr. might sound like a good choice because of the nostalgia that is around his father and his uncle,
I have a note on that. So the family detests. So he played a commercial. He says he didn't do it. He says the campaign did it. But during the Super Bowl, there were things that were played in his favor for his candidacy, riding on the coattails of his father and his, family. And the family came through and was like, no.
His entire family is basically like cut him off at this point. They want nothing to do with him. And here's why. So he said that COVID-19 was ethnically targeted to spare Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese people. He compared the COVID lockdowns to Nazi Germany by saying, even in Hitler's Germany, you could cross the Alps into Switzerland. And when his wife, Cheryl Hines, he's married to Cheryl Hines, y'all.
How?
I don't know. Lady? He's married to Cheryl Hines. But when Cheryl Hines criticized the remarks about, Hitler's Germany and things, he chastised her and said that she was wrong to criticize his comments.
And she's still married to him.
Right. I don't understand that at all. He has a long documented history of spreading misinformation about vaccines. He's been known to say, he says that no vaccine is safe and effective. He said that hepatitis B vaccines are causing more problems than they're solving. And he is against school kids being required to be vaccinated. He is a raging anti-vaxxer. Raging.
And definitely against a lot of healthcare reform. Doesn't care for it.
And he gets people too. He convinces people.
And the commercial
it's literally because of his name.
Leaning on that. The commercial made it seem like he was in favor of healthcare reform. He is not.
Right. He's not. No. He is currently running as an independent. Even though okay, here's where this is some bullshit. So this is very like Kirsten Cinema right here. So he's running as an independent. He calls himself a Democrat like his dad and his uncle, but
Because
he
he's trying to
hangs out
collect
with people
votes.
like Tucker Carlson, Steve Bannon, Michael Flynn. He's been praised by Trump and DeSantis. He's a fucking shit show. He is not a fucking Democrat. He is, I swear, it's literally Kirsten Cinema all over again. And he has received so much financial support from other anti-vaxxers. He
Probably
is
the same
not,
people doing the GoFundMe for Donald Trump.
right. I don't understand how people are like, oh no, he's a great choice. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious?
Please don't
Here's a
vote for him.
laundry list of reasons
Don't
why he
vote
should
for
not
him.
be allowed anywhere near running this country. His entire family has been like, no, we don't want anything to do with him. Nothing. His father and his uncle are rolling over in their graves right now. If they could haunt the fuck out of him, I'm sure they would be like, motherfucker, what are you thinking?
All I can tell you is
Elon Musk
family puts out a statement immediately after your commercial airs for the whole nation to read their statement. They don't.
Yep. He is hoping that his name is what is going to get him the votes. And I've seen so many people posting that, yeah, no, he's a great option. He's a great option. No, he's fucking not.
People that we know?
I've seen things on my Facebook.
Ugh.
Yep. I'm like, you
get ready for it. The political season sounds like it's gonna hurt.
This is going to be, I don't even know. I'm terrified. I don't even know how this shit's gonna go. I'm like, but for fuck's sake, please register to vote and please do your fucking homework. Right now, our choices are Biden, who has not been the greatest the last 4
Biden
years.
time with Biden.
Or we have Trump. Need I say more? And then we have RFK Jr., who is essentially another Trump, running under the guise of being an independent, which he's not. So this shit is going to get, this shit's going to get messy. This shit is going to get ugly. I'm hoping that Biden doesn't stoop to the level of the other two, because there's going to be all sorts of dirt slinging, and it's going to be awful. It's going to be fucking awful.
I think that Obama is stepping in because of said last year or last election, how that was just barely making it.
And I'm all about like a candidate that is not part of the two-party system. I'm all about that shit. However, that candidate still has to be a good candidate. This is not a good candidate. I am all about breaking down the fucking two-party system.
Yes.
But you can't just do it out of principle when the alternative and the person that you have for that candidate is like, no, just no. Like, you can't have somebody in office that is like, who cares about science? Science doesn't matter. Science doesn't make any sense. If I don't understand it, then it's obviously not true.
Also, be careful of those people that are running for office that are against reproductive rights, against queer and trans rights, and don't care for diversity. If I see Black people for Trump on my Facebook,
for real,
again, we're just gonna go for ankles, and I don't understand. I don't. if you're black,
I would rather
and
you just tell me to my face that you don't give a shit about me, that you don't give a shit about Felicia, that you don't give a shit about any of like your queer friends, your trans friends, your friends of color. Just tell us right to our faces. Say, you know what? I really don't give a shit if you are able to like live your authentic life, if you're able to get the hormones and the healthcare that you need. I really don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit that my sister isn't allowed to like, you know, have proper reproductive care or get an abortion if she needs it. And I really don't care if, you know, books that are talking about Black history are available, that, you know, Black history is taught properly in schools, and I'd rather it just be erased. Please just tell us that to our faces.
Mm-hmm.
It's much easier to deal with than seeing shit, you know, posted on social media and finding out that way that you really just don't give a shit about your queer, trans, and, you know, BIPOC friends. We would prefer
Mm-hmm.
that. Because then we can be like, oh, well, fuck you. And thank you so much.
Well, then they're honest.
Like, it's easier for us. So,
There's a
yeah.
lot of honesty going on in our community, and I rather not mention it at all.
This weekend, especially, and just in general, the last week or two.
Yes, but if you, I could. So, I'm going to admit something. Last year or last election, I did the thing that somebody had suggested, is that if somebody you know is connected to Donald Trump's page, you should not be following them. I did that. And some of the people that were connected to him were community leaders, and I mean queer community leaders, that I thought that I knew that really shouldn't probably be voting for him. But that's their thing. It's not me to go tell them what's right, what's wrong. I just kindly unfriend them, and sometimes when you get messages and then it says I needed permission to talk to you, uh, sorry, I'm not sorry. Because you can't, like, if you go to his page, it'll tell you like this person's connected to this page.
Blech.
Yep.
Gross.
And don't give me the bullshit. Well, I just want to see what they're doing. No.
No.
You can do
Well,
that by like Googling news articles. You can do that by like, no.
he already has.
In
I,
fact,
I
I probably should go back and make sure that I am not connected to some more people. Also, this weekend, P. Diddy's house was raided on
yes.
allegations that he is involved in human trafficking.
Another person.
Um, this is not just a slight allegation. This is a very this has been going on for like weeks now, like, because I was laughing very hard because I read one of the statements that said Pastor TD Jakes is a power bottom at some of these parties, and I thought
Ooh.
this is very interesting that you would read this in paperwork like like this. But all joking aside, human trafficking is not a joke. This is like the second or third celebrity that I have.
Bless you,
Bless
Brandon.
you.
Goodness. Did you sneeze so hard you lost your tiara? The tiara just went flying. I hate it when that happens.
Yikes.
Live television, folks. Live television. Anything can happen.
Right here, we'll just.
Anyway, but
The hat is back.
The
But
hat is-
so P. Diddy and folks are allegedly being investigated for that and something else. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, things are getting a little real out there.
Do you
I just
notice that people with first initials are getting in trouble? R. Kelly, P. Diddy.
mm,
What's next?
oh my god.
I'd rather not. Oh my gosh, because yeah, I just but in good news, in the music world, tomorrow, Beyonce does the biggest fuck you to the people that said that she couldn't, and is releasing her country album, and it has been confirmed that she is doing Jolene with Dolly Parton.
What?
And she has a feature with Willie Nelson, which is, I think, the biggest fuck you to all the people that said she can't do country. She's got the biggest names, like the grandfather and grandma of country,
She really
to
did.
say, you know what? If you don't like it, sit the fuck down. But I think that's. I posted some news things on the Let's Have a Fifi Instagram story earlier today. Supreme Court seems unlikely to restrict access to abortion pill. So that's that.
It's like, can we really breathe yet?
No.
Never at this point. No
Disappointing news that I got earlier this week is that the Viola Davis Barbie is not for sale.
Boo.
And a couple this still bothers me because I have been a person in one of these situations, but drag story hours continue to be a target for bomb threats amid the conservative backlash that was reported by ABC News. I I hope in the coming years that some of this turns around, because this is not nothing new. The yes, the thumbs up. I don't know that. Anyway, but it to be in this situation is very traumatizing. To feel invalued by another human being, and that you would take other human beings' lives, is terrifying. We still have so much to do. I guess good news. Lawmakers in Thailand passed a bill to legalize same-sex marriage by an overwhelming majority. Maybe I'll move to Thailand.
Yay, Thailand!
I'm not surprising. I'm actually surprised that it actually took this long, because the general feeling for ever has just been one of acceptance and, my pinlai naka. Just it's fine. It's whatever. Nobody cares. Literally nobody cares.
Well, and we've talked about it before. There's a whole slew of African countries that are now trying to prosecute and or put people to death for being homosexual or queer. So we have things going on that when people say, "Oh, I don't get into politics," just realize that, and when you let things be the way they are, they get worse.
They can slide the other way.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what we've been.
Yep. Apathy serves no one.
Yep.
And if you think that it's no big deal because it's not going to affect you, then you need to keep a good look at your privilege and reevaluate things. And if you don't understand how privilege works, if you're going to tell me, well, I grew up poor, come talk to me. I will explain to you how privilege works in all its forms, because this is something that we talk about in our presentations when we talk about being things like a trans ally. We talk about privilege and how privilege works and how everybody has some sort of privilege. So if you're confused about how privilege works, come talk to me. I will explain to you how privilege works. From one white dude to another one. I got you.
So yeah, a lot of things going on.
Let's see. What gigs do you have coming up, Felicia?
I just ran from one. So I don't think I have a lot going on in April. I have my next drag bingo is April, as I pull up the calendar because I have not updated the listing on our show sheet.
Oh, it's fine. We'll get back to it. Brandon, do you have anything going on? Any appearances you're making?
So I have a body painting I'm doing this Friday for my Bloom series, and I'm wearing some of the new body painting. This is a little tease of what's to come. And I'll be doing a whole bunch of that leading up to Fan Fusion. Also, if you go to my website, brandonmcgill.com, I have cool pillows, I have magnets, I have t-shirts. Normally I would be wearing that t-shirt, but I thought I would give you a little show, I guess.
Brandon is not just like a body artist, but Brandon is like an artist within themselves, like just outside of body painting. So
Thank
go
you.
look at the
Yeah.
merch because it's kind of awesome.
I kind of believe that anything can be a surface, anyone can be a surface, anyone can become art. You know what I mean? It's just like you just have to use your imagination.
I hate all you people
Love
that can
it.
draw because my stick figures look like they have gout.
Hey, look, you did your face today.
I did, and I don't know what the. I'm like, as long as you stand back, it looks fine.
I'm proud of you.
I don't have anything going on, so maybe
So my
I'll have
next
something by next week.
drag bingo is at the Drink Me Tea Room is on Wednesday, the 17th of April.
Ooh, I need to go.
And
We'll see if you make it back. See if you make it back in time. We're just gonna keep taking bets.
And thank you to everybody that sent in stars today.
And what?
It won't let me see. It was like rolling on the chat, but now I can't see it. But yeah, thanks for joining us, Brandon.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. I've enjoyed our friendship over the years, the art that we've created, both in the tarot deck and other stuff. And I just really appreciate you having me on for, I feel like it's been half of your season or half of your show so far, right? I've been on since what, season 6 or 7?
Something like that, yeah. I think you've made an appearance at least once a season since like season 6 or 7. So yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon's been around a while.
Patricia.
I'll be looking for my Let's Have a Fefe jacket.
Jacket?
You know what I mean? Like the 5 Timers Club that they get in SNL.
Baby, we don't have a budget like that.
We might be able to get you a sticker.
A crop top, because you don't have a budget. It'll be half off.
And on that note, thank you all for joining the conversation tonight. Make sure you join our Patreon so that you can get a little bit of extra Brandon, because we're going to do a little bit of an after show chat. So make sure you join our Patreon so you can, get that too.
Yeah, good. We both have Patreons.
Yes. Good night. Good night.
Good night.